morning, guys. Welcome to a day in the life of marathon prep. So to kick off today, just to give you a rundown, we got a 16-mile long run and it's gonna be a suck fest, but I'm gonna take you guys on that run here in a moment. But yeah, today's just gonna be what my weekend looks like on a long run day. Every time I go to the grocery store, I forget things. I need to get better at that. So there's a tons of things that I need to get, and also just show you guys my diet as I made the last video of how I got lean and you know, how I maintain a lean physique and all this and keep on muscle. So that's like kind of the message of this video, just day in the life of training and just hanging out with me. Also, we bought a house, so like there's tons of things that, you know, I'm super excited about that I never thought I would be, buying certain things like lawn care equipment. But anyways, let's get into this 16-mile run. I'm a chronic overthinker. I overthink everything. I sometimes stress way too much. So the reason I am able to not do this and how I've overcome this, because I think a lot of people fall in the trap of overthinking. As soon as I get up, brush my teeth, put on my shoes, get out the door, drink my electrolytes, and I get into the run, or else I'll try to negotiate with myself. Oh, I'll run later, and I never skip it, but I just push it off. I'm overthinking the little things, when in reality, I'm just trying not to do it. I'm trying to procrastinate. So with that being said, I'm procrastinating right now talking. Let's get into this run and go into the day in life. So let's do it. All right, so just finished up 16 miles, minute per mile pace. I'll put my here to see what my pace was, but I finished every single run with AMRAP push-ups because, like I say, nobody cares how you do it fresh, it's how you do it tired. If you can only do things when you feel good, you know, what's it gonna be like when you're tired, when you're fatigued? It's really gonna show a lot about who you are. So if you can practice pushing through the times when you're tired and getting it done and doing things that you don't wanna do, over time you're gonna get better at that. So that's why I do it. It's a little deeper than just a chest pump, but chest pump is nice. A lot of people, like I said, and I used to struggle to do things tired, and this just reiterates, you know, you finish everything you start and you finish it strong. So do it tired, baby. Let's do the AMRAP push-ups. Protein coffee, we have some cold brew, half a scoop of blueberry muffin, and then half a scoop of cinnamon roll to make blueberry cinnamon roll protein coffee post run. All right, so we are headed to the grocery store to pick up some stuff that we need for dinner and for the first meal of the day. Because like I said, I always forget stuff at the grocery store. No matter if I make a list, I swear I go like every day, or if not twice a day. It's so bad. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I can't believe I just said that. Anyways, let's go refuel, even though right now I have my protein coffee. But like I said, I have an addiction. Honestly, I just love the taste of protein. It's so good. Alright, so meal number one, I'm gonna go on a nutrition information slash rant after I eat this, but I'm so hungry. Just to share with you guys though what's in it before I demolish this. It's not gonna last all but probably a minute. We got smoked salmon, 3 total eggs, 250 grams of egg whites, fat-free feta cheese, salsa, mild salsa as well. And yeah, this is what it looks like. We got peppers and onions in there. And after I eat this, I'll just quick spill some knowledge that I got that I used to, like I said in my last video, lose the body fat, but also how I stay lean like throughout my entire life, honestly. So yeah, with that being said, let's do it. I'm not sure how you guys like your eggs, but I like them dippy. And what that means is like you hit this and it runs all over the bread, soaks into the bread with the salmon, and it's amazing. So just like that, we finished up our meal. I licked my fingers and I had soap on my fingers. Now I taste soap, not even the aftermath of the meal. You guys ever do that before? I guess it's a good reason you shouldn't lick your fingers after you finish a meal. Like I didn't like stick my own mouth, but you get the point, I touched it. Anyways, let's go into what I was talking about diet, a little rant. I think everybody, whether they wanna admit it or not, everybody wants to have a certain body composition, and those that are truly invested in fitness, they want to look a certain way, the way that they desire, or the way that they may see themselves, or how they want to see themselves. And you know, the one thing that I learned throughout bodybuilding phases and just life in general is that what you don't change doesn't change. And what I mean by that is a lot of people will live their life and do the same thing and maybe tweak a few things based on a fad diet, or maybe change their whole life because of like a fad diet. Then they crash and burn because it isn't something that they were even going to be able to maintain anyways. It was just something they saw online and it looked cool because you don't have to track calories, you don't have to monitor your energy intake, and it was like, oh, I just eat this way and I don't have to worry about it. Now that like works, I guess, for some people, but what I want to really talk about is like the stereotype between where some people are so worried about what other people think about them taking action on a new endeavor to change their life for the better. For example, there's some people that will be like, you know, because I do it myself and I've done it for so long, they'll be like, oh, are you gonna weigh that? Or, oh, can you eat that? And yeah, like I don't take offense to it, but I think a lot of people when they first start, they do, and it lets them kind of bother them and they feel weird or they feel out of place. When it comes to nutrition and tracking your food, I said this in my last video, a lot of people will research so much about different things that, you know, say it's a video game or say it's like their job. They'll know so much about their job, which is great, but they don't even know what their body needs to perform. They never put in the reps to track their food, to see what their energy intake should be on a daily basis to function and also get to their goal physique. And it blows my mind, circling back around, that people care enough about what other people think and are willing to jeopardize what they want just because they don't want to not fit in. So what I'm trying to say here is the best decision I ever made was taking control of my life and doing the things that I enjoy and being able to control the outcome. So tracking my food, pulling out a scale when I'm at home. I don't do this 24/7. If I'm going out to eat, I'll still roughly track, but you know, some people are gonna be like, yeah, that's weird, that's an eating disorder or whatever. Like, it may be triggering to some people that may have had an eating disorder, but also I would argue that it informs you and allows you to learn more about the data and the food choices and the habits that you make. And then you're more cognitive and aware of what may be causing your feelings towards food or your feelings towards a certain diet or the reason why you're gaining body fat. All this is, and like, I know it's much deeper than just data, but really what it is just revealing what the habits are that are preventing you to get to your goals. A lot of people skip, like I said before, the knowledge and the reps that it takes to understand what your body needs. And they just jump from diet to diet to diet, and then they get confused and then they wonder why they're not making any progress. And it's just because you never like put in the reps to do the thing consistently over time. Maybe you did it for 3 or 4 days. Like, that's not gonna get you anywhere. It takes a lot of practice in order to get what you want. Nobody ever did something and became a professional by doing it for a week. It's something that you have to master. It's something that you have to put in reps. And you guys aren't gonna wanna hear that. A lot of you guys aren't gonna wanna hear that. I know some people do and they know how powerful it is. But I'm just like trying to preach to you guys that it's simple as educating yourself on the decisions that you make based around food to fuel your performance and to fuel your training and to get to your ideal body composition. That's what it is. It's data that's driven to help you reach your goals. And if you don't ever do that data, you're gonna just spin your circles and you're never gonna get to where you want because you don't know. What you don't know, you can't change. You can't even go about it. It's like a ship sailing in the ocean, but it has nowhere idea where it's going. It's gonna end up somewhere, but it's not gonna be where it wants, right? That's what direction's for. That's what maps. That's what longitude and latitude's for. You know, that's all numbers and data so you can get to a specific goal. And I just wanna preach to you guys that if you're ever in your head about doing it, or because I was once, and it just comes down to like getting over the fact that measuring and weighing your food and tracking calories and macros isn't bad. It's not bad. It can be something that you can educate yourself with, and it can be something that you can really change your life with. But the caveat is if you treat it as something that you obsess over and you have to be perfect, you're not gonna have a good relationship with it. It's ballpark estimates. Even food labels aren't accurate. But the whole idea is it's just controlling a variable and teaching you around about how much food or how much calories are in what you eat based upon proteins, fats, carbs. And the whole message of this rant, if you're worried about maybe your significant other, people in your family or friends worried about you tracking calories or you tracking your food on a scale, like that isn't bad. You gotta normalize that. That's just you taking accountability, which they're not. So they're feeling maybe a bit adverse to it because they don't do it. Maybe they're insecure or maybe they just don't understand. And then you can have a conversation like, hey, I just do this so I can get to my goal physique. I take fitness and performance very seriously. So this is what I do. I care a lot about this. This is what I do. But a lot of people get in their head about it or they worry about what other people think, when in reality, it's like everybody estimates when they eat. They'll grab a portion with their hand and look at it. I'm about this hungry, or I'm about, this much food is probably about this many calories. Like everybody estimates when they make a meal. So the only difference is you're using data that actually you can track in over time and change your body composition and your performance and your physique. That's the only difference. You're actually taking it another step and being like, I know this is working. I know this is going to work because there's data, there's equations, there's everything that you need to know at the fingertips of yourself. So just understanding that there's nothing wrong with doing that, and you're just educating yourself so that one day that you may not need to track calories and you can wing it and you can, do the thing because you have so much reps. I don't track everything I eat, but for the majority of the time I track most of my meals, but I eat the same meals every day. So I don't have to really track. If I do switch up a meal, I'll just pre-enter it in my phone. It takes 2 seconds. So I know this is just like, there's multiple ways of going about approaching your diet, but I would love for most people to educate themselves and not get in a bad mentality with good and bad food or food that is based upon a certain fad diet. Because if you seriously sit down and say, can I stick to this forever? The answer is normally no when it comes to eliminating something like a certain fad diet. So I encourage you to teach yourself around your eating habits, make and change the ones that are jeopardizing yours to your goal, and just go about it that way. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what other people think. Just do what works for you. And like, if you want to listen to this and not give a shit, that's fine. Because if something's working for you, I want you to do it. Like, don't take my word for anything if it's working for you. But if you're bouncing between diets and you're struggling to get your ideal body composition, but you never stay consistent with tracking calories, or you never tried, that is what's gonna drive the leverage. Because say you wanna gain muscle, you add more protein, you track that, get a 1 gram per pound of body weight, do the thing and you'll get the results. Then you'll change. If something changes it's gonna change. And what you don't monitor doesn't change. So like, you get the whole message. That was just a little rant, and I just wanna help you guys out, honestly. I just want to have you guys understand the power of just taking accountability for nutrition, which is the most important part of fitness and your performance. And I know most people that watch this channel care about that, but they sometimes get lost in the weeds of what other people are saying. And obviously I'm preaching track your food and calories, but I have no benefit from this other than just trying to help you out and what worked for me. Now, like I said, do whatever works for you, but this is what works for me. And as far as food choices, whole foods, and you know, count your macros and calories and your protein, like, you're gonna be fine. If you want something here and there, you can do it. You can watch the whole video on specific diet that I did for marathon training and losing body fat in the latest video, but overall, I just wanted to touch up on a few things that maybe I missed around the mentality of it. So, yeah. All right, so we are headed to pick up some weed whackers and a blower, a leaf blower. I already have a lawnmower, but for the house, you know, I want to have a nice tidy lawn. And I'm gonna do it myself. Like, I know people pay people to do it, which I completely understand, but you know, I enjoy doing it. I like keeping the after everything and knowing I do it myself. I care a lot about it. Different phase of life. I never thought I'd get excited about getting a leaf blower and a weed whacker, but hey, it is what it is. So let's go do it. I'm pumped to get me some lawn equipment, and then we're gonna hit a weight training session. But I just want to show you guys the lawn equipment that I'm picking up. Okay, let's show you guys what we got. The Echo. These are both Echo. So the weed whacker is Echo. The reason I got Echo is because they're cheaper than steel, and they're just as good in my opinion. I'm not using it for commercial use, I'm just using it for the house. And then we also got the Echo blower. So yeah, just using these. Now the reason I got gas powered, you mix it with oil, is because, you know, electric stuff, I just don't have to worry about batteries. I don't want to worry about that. So they're a little more expensive, but I think they run better. They're more reliable, more powerful. Who doesn't love some power? So yeah, this is that. But let's get into the workout. Gonna mow and cut the grass in, but just want to share with you guys that if you're looking at weed whackers or blowers, Echo's a great brand. So we just finished 3 sets at 225. Now I drop set on my last set, 4 total sets, and we're gonna do 135, so 1 plate on each side, and just rep it as many reps as possible. So it's gonna be a burnout killer. Let's do it. So how I do this is I do 2 compound movements, being like a dumbbell incline or dumbbell flat, but I always go incline, flat, or flat, incline. So I did an incline movement first on the first compound. Now I'm doing flat here. So if I were to start flat barbell press, I would have done incline dumbbell press. So you get the point, but I go heavy on these first 2, and then I'll lighten up on cables and any hypertrophy work that I do. But I have a home gym, and this just goes to show you guys that you don't need all the machines, you don't need all the fancy stuff. You just need to work hard and really train your body and your mind and keep pushing, and you'll grow muscle and keep that muscle. Like I said, you always gotta give it a reason to stay, and if you train hard with intentional intensity, you're gonna keep it and grow. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Big fan of chest flies. So we're gonna do cable chest flies, superset with AMRAP push-ups for 3 sets. And then we're gonna do dumbbell flies because I just think it works a little bit more of the muscle fibers, because you kind of have to balance with dumbbells. And cables you kind of do, but not as much as dumbbells. So yeah, solid chest pump so far. All right, so now we're gonna go into dumbbell flat chest flies, do 3 sets as AMRAP. We're gonna do the 50-pound dumbbells, and then that's gonna be a wrap of the chest workout. I'll give you guys like a physique update of what we're looking like during marathon prep. And after the cut, almost finished, sitting around like 199 pounds, some days 200. So lost like 7 to 8 pounds, feel really good. So yeah. Here's the physique update. This is just like what I look like standing here. Pretty tight. All right, so I brought my little DeWalt radio. I got this on Amazon. It's a 20 volt and 12 volt you can run in it, and essentially you just plug in your DeWalt batteries. But I have this radio here in my gym, but also to clean my truck because the truck is a bit dirty. Took it to the fair the other day. We got some mud on it, so yeah, we're gonna clean that up. And yeah, this is just a day in the life. I live a pretty normal American life, but I just get after it, obviously, besides the point of work and whatnot, but in the gym. So yeah. So I just got done cleaning the truck. Now the reason I like to clean it myself is just because I've noted when I go to car washes, it doesn't necessarily clean it the best. Sometimes it scratches it up. So, you know, since I have access to be able to clean my own truck, I'm gonna do that. So hand washed it, and this is what it looks like. All right, so we are going to this fresh market over here. I'm here for the sauerkraut, onions, peppers, maybe some sweet corn, some beef, some protein, some fresh protein. I'd love some fresh protein. Maybe we could get a cow. So we're gonna go in and check it out. Let's do it. So what we got here is Brittany got some peppers, and then we have sauerkraut. We got some beets and some pickles and some meadow tea. So yeah, gonna add it to our beef. I'm gonna show you guys what we're having for late night snack, post 16-mile run. Getting to be a bad boy. Yes, I'm eating some different foods than normal, but this is what I do rarely. I get honestly, I just like throwing a bunch of stuff in a big bowl with some light ice cream. So I got the chocolate covered pretzels, M&Ms, and that way I make my own blizzard and I can put as much shit as I want. Whereas when you go to these places, they're all worried about saving money and they don't give you as much. So I loaded up. Maybe that's a bad thing, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the end of the video. I'm gonna dig in because these pretzels are amazing. Catch you guys in the next one.